What is the answer?
No debate from me. He's not telling the truth. I think about that hour ago. Yeah, I think about that.
It's baffling me.
I'll be shocked. I don't agree with you.
What could it be?
It might take a couple of weeks to think about it. I don't think there's any debate.
I know the answer.
Perfect cocktail. I kept thinking to myself, bonkers.
Yes, it is time for the feature where we discuss the most pressing issues in sport with a bit of help us, Tony. And there's no one better to do that than Tony Cascarino. So we're going to start with this one.
Great run here by Ryan Giggs. Oh, what a goal! Would you believe it? Ryan Giggs could have taken Manchester United to Wembley.
Yeah, I'm sure many of us remember this one. A classic solo goal even from Ryan Giggs versus Arsenal in the 99 FA Cup semi-final at Villa Park.
Yeah.
It helped see United reach the final and then go on to beat Newcastle to complete a famous treble-winning season. In terms of FA Cup goals, best one ever, that one? Or have you seen better?
Certainly one of them, yeah. I mean, the boy at Hereford that scored against Newcastle, Radford, was it?
Oh,
Radford.
gosh.
That was one hell of a strike on a mud heap. Mm-hmm. That was one hell of a strike. That always now. I think Gerrard got an unbelievable one as well for Liverpool at the Millennium. I think
the West Ham final.
Game. Yeah, he got an unbelievable strike in that one. But there's been great goals. I mean, couple of Cantonars that even in the final, just his arrogance and just what he could do. Cantona. He was an enigma in many ways because he was run out of France, Cantona, because he was deemed as a real problem, as big as they come. Really? And yet he sort of reignited his career back in England and just was astonishing for Manchester United. Only for a short period of time, but what it was for that period was unbelievable.
Yeah, indeed. And what Manchester United would do for an Eric Cantona now for what he does on the pitch, we should point out. Of course, they are at the Emirates today for their FA Cup third round tie against Arsenal, which you can hear exclusively on talkSPORT with Hugh Woozencroft, Joe Shannon and former England striker Darren Bent. Now, a few days ago, Napoli and Georgian winger Kvicha Kvaratskhelia handed in a transfer request in this window, with both PSG and Liverpool reportedly keeping tabs on his situation. Many might see that as a bit of a surprise, given the attacking options that Liverpool have. That could maybe see, someone like a Chiesa, maybe that's part of the bargaining tool with all of this, because he's not really done much. I know we've talked about him earlier on with injuries and illnesses and things like that. I don't know. I'm just reading what's on here.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true, Cass, because you're looking at me like, no, that's not going to happen. No. But anyway, 5 goals, 3 assists in 17 Serie A games this season. What do you make about this link for Liverpool and Kvaratskhelia?
Well, first of all, he's an amazing footballer. He's so gifted technically. He won the Italian league with Napoli a couple of seasons ago. The owner at that time said he'd sell Osimhen before he'd sell. I always get his name wrong, so
Kvaratskhelia.
Kvaratskhelia. I always get his name wrong. Alan Brazil's going to really struggle if he comes. But he's a fabulous talent. Georgian international, great ability. I think if they were to do a deal like that, I would think it would be, even though he plays the other side from Salah, I would see Salah leaving if that happens. Because if you're looking at he's skillful. He's much more skillful than Salah, but he's not got the numbers. In previous years, he's done okay. He's done better. This year has been a bit of a stop and start for him with Napoli. But a fantastic talent, yeah.
As you say, predominantly will play on the left and does play on the left. Yeah. But what would happen if Salah was to leave? Are you thinking you can adopt him onto the right? Because I think he is both. You can use both feet. For example,
I don't want to lose Diaz, so I'd wonder what they do with Diaz. And Gakpo plays the left as well. So Gakpo's very versatile. You could go him or maybe I don't know what slot his thinking would be. But if you're bringing him in, and sometimes wingers play on the other side to cut in on their left foot. He's very left-footed, but he can go either way. He's so gifted. He stood out for Georgia in the Euros, but he stood out for Napoli way before this. So there's going to be change at Liverpool. We all know that's coming.
Yeah.
They didn't spend in the summer, so they're in a great position to compete. As far as I know, PSG had gone away from the idea of having superstars come, because he is a superstar. He's that gifted. But it's an opportunity. So yeah, I'd love to see it happen, just because he's such a talented player.
Okay, finally, on Friday's talkSPORT breakfast show, Alan Brazil was joined by resident World War II historian Ray Parlour.
Winning the war was unbelievable.
I was going to say, James, too eager, who compared one of our former prime ministers to a football manager.
Winning the war was unbelievable, wasn't it? The party they must have had when they won the war. Blasé, wasn't he, Winston Churchill? He went for things and we think, well...
God, he loved a bevy, didn't he?
Well, obviously the cigars and, you know, it could have gone either way, but it was unbelievable how they took chances and it come out on top.
The first thing, Alan, he loves a bevy. That's the first thing he says.
There was the way that it could have gone either way. It's like a stats. They're going to give the stats on the war.
Honestly, I think I dropped my son off at school and was coming back and I had the radio on and I was thinking, what are they talking about? World War II and Winston Churchill. I've never gone on for ages about it.
Oh, don't. Very funny.
But surely that's intriguing to you, World War II. Fact.
Yeah.
No
well,
fiction.
Yeah.
I'm just checking that.
39 to 45.
Because again...
Ended in Monte Casino.
Oh.
Where my family was from, my Italian side.
The Cascarino.
Cascarinos, it's from Monte Casino. And the war, the sort of final stand was at Monte Casino. And I've been there. And there's a big cannon outside the train station as you arrive into Monte Casino.
Oh,
I went there when I was about 11.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, and there's an incredible cemetery there. Just, there's graves everywhere. But it's also a very humble place to be. There's a monastery there as well, so it's really special. You do get the vibe of anybody who's gone to...
When was the last time you went there?
Well, I was 11, but I remember thinking
that was the last time.
Yeah, I've been back to Italy no times, but not to Monte Casino.
Yeah.
It's actually a conversation I've had that I want to go there again because of the family name, and obviously my dad's not around anymore, but I'd still want to go back there.
Do you know what you need to do? Who do you think you are? Get them on the case. They'll send you out there, won't they?
I'd
then
go
you can
there,
investigate the Cascarino side.
Yeah. Oh, do you know, quickly, I know I'm nearly on the break, Nat, but one of the strangest things that I'm getting there, like you go to foreign countries now and a lot of people speak English.
Yeah.
I can remember that no one spoke English in the little town. I remember being in the hotel, receptionists didn't speak English. I know that's probably not the case today, but nobody spoke English. It was all Italian the whole time.
Well, yeah, I can understand that. Yeah,
it was a rural little town about an hour and a half outside Rome. In between, it's actually in between Napoli and Rome.
Oh,
Monte Casino.
I had no idea. No, I know what you mean, because it's similar with my family in Bulgaria.
Yeah.
Growing up, they hardly spoke English. My uncle did, but that's because he spent some time in Canada. But yeah, the rest of the time I'd be there like, no, I don't know what's been said, because I didn't learn Bulgarian, unfortunately. But for a number of different reasons. Whose fault's that?
It
was technically my mother, but we won't say that because she's wonderful otherwise.
Weekend Sports Breakfast with Natalie Sawyer and Tony Cascarino. Sunday mornings from 6 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.